Armor in Payday 3 is no doubt the most desirable and scarce resource there is. Ammo drops from every single enemy you kill. Health can be easily acquired by trading hostages, but armor, there's fucking nothing. Just the armor bag. Because of armor's limited nature, the popularity of heavy armor increased, and using smaller armor is seen as a suicide in higher difficulties. But what if I told you that the standard 2-plate armor can tank much more damage than the 4-plate one? How? It's because of the hidden sort of features each armor has. Based on a small description in the game, a simple conclusion can be made that the more armor chunks you have, the slower you are. It's true, but there are two other things which change with your chosen armor, and they're nowhere mentioned in the game. The first one is the amount of downs you have. It's quite simple and straightforward. Next to your health you can see how many downs you have, and if you get knocked with 0 downs left, you're instantly sent to custody. The lighter the armor, the more times you can be knocked down, with the lightest being 4 and the heaviest armor only being 2. Armor for 2 and 3 chunks, however, both have 3 downs. This helps to balance things a little, but it's not exactly the main advantage smaller armor has over the big ones. The main advantage is the amount of time it takes for armor to regenerate. When you get damage on your armor, there is a red chunk of armor which can be restored if you avoid damage for long enough. However, a lot of times there is not enough time to regen the armor, and this can be explained by the armor choice. Each extra chunk of armor adds 2 seconds to the time before armor regenerates, with 4 seconds for the smallest armor and 10 for the biggest. Whole 10 seconds is an insane amount of time during a gunfight. 6 on the other hand is not as bad, especially with a tank skill which lowers it by 20%. You can practically double or triple the amount of armor you have. From my experience, I see a lot of people with 4 chunks of armor losing their third chunk, and by that time I only start to lose my first one. The main disadvantage of this armor is it isn't tanky, so running something like a shotgun build with it wouldn't be the best idea. Marksmen and assault rifles on the other hand perfectly match this playstyle. Some of the good skills to have while rocking low armor are the combination of mover, ammo fuel, and replenish, as it allows you to get ammo without the need to come close to your enemies as long as you have edge, and instantly add it back to your magazine. Sprint loader is also a great skill if your aim is not as good yet, or you run an assault rifle, because running around the map while reloading will save you a lot of time and make sure you're always ready for combat. Disengage can be useful if you run around the map too much by yourself, to avoid being completely executed by a cloaker. And long shot allows you to keep consistent damage while keeping your distance. From my experience, low armor works on all of the maps, but if I had to choose the hardest heist to pull off with that, I would easily say Road Rage, because of lack of cover in a very open area. Overall, if you play from cover, you can triple your armor and keep your speed with you. Just make sure you don't run into a bunch of enemies when doing so. If you have any suggestions, please let me know, and I'll see you next time.